Welcome back to Razmafsar TV. I'm going to show you a new series on card, which means knife. And the first I'm going to start basic guards with Kard and Separ, meaning knife and shield. And I'm going to show these basic guards to you. The first guard, as you can see, is the middle guard. Similar to Kard and Separ, once you use the middle guard with your card, make sure that your hand stays behind the shield. You see that? And then important is that the edge of your card is facing the ground. Another important part or point is, even if you step forward, here I'm behind the shield, push the separ, as we say in Persian. Now, if I take a step and go forward, you see again the shield is forward and my hand in the guard position, not when I attack, remains there. So you see that the blade gets out and you can thrust like a piston shape, right? Again, as you can see, important in this guard, the edge of your card is facing the ground. So its back faces the sky. And I'm going to show it to you from this side. You see, then again, I'm standing here and I go forward, step forward and come back, and the card or my card hand stays behind the shield. Push the separ. Now let me move to another guard, and this guard is a high guard. And as you will see, there are going to be two types of high guard with shield with separ. One which is almost above your forehead, and the one is above, closer to the shield. So you see that if you get closer to the shield or it's above your forehead, it's actually one guard. It's just the position of the hand. Again, important is when you step in, the shield is almost stretched, not 100%. A bit your elbow needs to be bent for safety reasons if you get hit. And you see, important in this card is that the edge of your card faces the sky and the back, the thickened back of your card faces the ground. It is extremely important in this card. And as you see, when I take a step and step forward, you see that here is the card. You see I thrust, and when I step forward, you see you can thrust here like this, right? It's very, very tricky thrust. Still when I step forward, my hand remains behind the shield. And it is a key element in Kard and Separ. As you can see it here, so your hand is up either in front of your forehead or above the shield. Now I will move on to the next one, and then the next one I will elaborate on it as well. Now let me move to the next guard. And this guard is also quite interesting, as I will show to you here. So in this guard, it is the lower guard, which is my hand is below the shield, and then you can thrust the belly, the navel part of your opponent. And again, similar to other guards with the card, you remain close to the shield hand and behind the shield, no matter if you are push the separ or joloy separ, meaning if you are behind the shield or in front of the shield. So this is extremely important to take into consideration. So you can see here, I thrust and then I step forward. You see the way thrusting can be done. Because the shielder can also punch, and then all of a sudden the card comes below and attacks the belly region. Very tricky, very effective move. Now let me please move on to the next one, and the next one is going to be another guard with Kard and Separ, meaning knife and shield, which is a very effective and dangerous combination. In this guard, as you can see, it's a cross guard under the armpit. Important is, as you can see, my hand, the back of my hand faces the ground. You see how I thrust? It's like a reverse thrust. It is extremely important for this guard that your hand, the back of your right hand, which is holding the card, is facing the ground. Right? So the edge of your card in this position faces your left side, and the back of your card faces your right side, and the back of your hand faces the ground. Right? So that's the way you are doing it. You see again, key is you go under the armpit, you can also go to the upper regions of the belly, or also you can go down to the belly itself. Important is again, you remain behind the shield at all times. Now let me move on to the next one. And the next guard is also going to be a cross guard, as we call it. This time, instead of placing it close to my armpit, it is placed close to my neck. As you can see it here, the same thing. The back of my knife hand is facing the ground, so I'm doing a reverse thrust. And again, key is you remain behind the shield or the separ at all times. It is extremely important that you keep this into account. So you see the way I thrust. And now I'm showing you from this side, so you can take a look at it as well. Now I will move on to another, it's not another guard. I'm going to show you how the different guards I have shown you, they're like a fluid movement. They can just come and change into each other. Look at this, please. I have a shield. You see how my card moves around the shield and changes the position of my hand. This you need to practice, and then from it you can come and then do your thrust. First start with thrust, you can later on come and do a card technique. Cutting technique. For more information regarding card techniques, please see my book, Persian Archery and Swordsmanship. And Persian Archery Swordsmanship, you can buy it from my web shop. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, ask any questions you have. And also you can become a Patreon and support me on my Patreon account. So become a patron and support me on my Patreon account. Thank you very much and have a nice day.